What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Talking Figures. As always, I am Tony. I hope you caught last week's episode with Cheyenne. That was a great conversation about his collection and what wrestling figures mean to him, as well as Batman figures as well. It was a good time. He's one of my dearest friends, and if you haven't, go back, catch that episode. It was a really good conversation. Today's going to be short. I'm not going to go too long, but I'm just going to talk about some third-party accessories and vehicles, because I know that's becoming like a major thing now in the action figure community, because everybody's buying, whether it's dioramas, accessories, and vehicles. People are customizing vehicles. I know I've customized quite a few already myself, with more that I want to do. And I know that I want to also customize the Batmobile, the McFarlane one, because I know like a lot of people are really upset that there was no lighting kits or nothing for it, which I kind of agree, but it was very cheap. It wasn't that expensive. I think him and the figure were $80, so you get what you pay for. So I'm not complaining, but it would have been cool to at least have the backlights light up. Like, I don't really need all the hocus pocus with the smoke coming out of the back and all that stuff like the Mattel Ultimate Batmobile. But the McFarlane one could have been sick with a couple of lights. I think I said this before in another podcast. But I did see a couple accessories on Etsy right now, and I'm going to switch to that so we can check them out. And then, like I said, I have a review. It's kind of like a joint episode. I used to do like an own show called Freshly Baked Reviews, where I would just review stuff. But I think I'm just going to combine it with Talking Figures, and because I'll just do everything at once instead of having everything separate. You can just catch this, and I'll just clip it out, and then I'll just show the clips of it on the shorts. But I'm going to review Gridiron Studios accessories. I got the Duke loadout, the Spirit loadout, and I got a couple little accessories that I'm using for my Play Motion project that actually just dropped last week. It's called G.I. Joe Classified Series Rise of the Mutants. I've combined Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and Marvel all into one, because that's really most of my figure collection. But I do have some other cool stuff that I am going to incorporate soon. I figure I'm going to do a couple of different things. Basically, with Play Motion, I'm going to do G.I. Joe, Marvel, Ninja Turtles. I might incorporate some cool Power Rangers, some possibly Dragon Ball Z, because I do have a couple Dragon Ball Z figures. I definitely want to incorporate Street Fighter, because I will get those Jaded Toys ones. I mean, I don't want to give away everything, but I'm going to incorporate a huge universe that I'm going to be using. But I'm also going to start doing stop motion. I already started it as a prelude on my channel, Masters of the Toyverse. I've been collecting all the Masterverse He-Mans, and I kind of want to stick the stop motion to that stuff, because I like the way they articulate anyway, and they have more accessories and different heads, so they'll actually, I think, work better with stop motion, where the G.I. Joe figures really don't have extra heads and stuff, so you're really just doing some Play Motion imagination stuff. And I've been getting positive reviews on the episode that I currently have up, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you so much for everybody watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. It means the world to me. I put a lot of work into that, between building the sets and doing all the custom pieces, to writing and really kind of, and I know it's toys, you really can't direct, but telling people how to do the voices and stuff, and I didn't have to. That's what the beautiful thing was. A lot of these guys and girls that I gave the script to, I didn't really have to tell them how to do it. They just kind of embodied the character almost immediately and perfectly, and I can't thank any of those guys and girls enough. Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best people to be working with. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I'm going to go over some third-party accessories. I got Etsy up right now. I got Etsy, Ramen Racer. We're going to talk about that. I know Articulated Ninja did a whole review, and it's a pretty nice car, so I figure they got some other cool stuff on their website. We'll just bring it up and talk about it. And we'll look at Gridiron Studios, because I got some stuff here that I really was excited about. I ordered it for Christmas, didn't get here in time. It just got here like a week ago. I haven't opened them up yet. I figured I'd do it on this episode of the pod. I know last week I did it with Cheyenne, so I didn't have time to really get into a review, but I had them since then, and I'm excited to finally get into them and open them and review them with you guys on this episode. But before we do that, let's just get to some cool accessories that I want to get, or I'm interested in getting. I don't know about you guys. I'm not trying to sway anybody's ideas or opinions. You might even already have some of these things, and if you do, please leave comments and below. Tell me how they are. Is it worth buying? Is it worth getting? I need to know. So if you guys have these things, or you're in the market to look for these things, you're shopping just like I am, and you know more than I do, please leave comments and below. Educate me, because I'm not really I'm not a toy connoisseur. I don't know like all the little things. I just know what I like and what I don't like, and that's all I can honestly say here. So, let's just get right into it. Right now I'm on Etsy, and we're gonna stick with the Mark McFarlane Batmobile. I know in a couple episodes I've been drilling this like a dead horse, but as good as cheap as and affordable as the Batmobile was with the Keaton from '89 and even the Flash one, I felt like they should have at least had a light accessory, whether it's just the backlights and the front yellow ones, or just like the cockpit of the Batmobile so you can see Batman inside the Batmobile. I know you don't really think of it in terms of photography and stuff like that, but it's becoming a thing. It's becoming like a whole community now. That's what a lot of people do with their figures now. Apart from displaying, they take photography, they do stop motion, play motion. We're doing it all now. So you got to start keeping that in mind. But I know these customizers are so amazing, and that's just going to bring me to this first accessory, which is a little cool flame effect for the Batmobile in the back. I think it's very easy. There's even a video here that you could watch. We'll watch right here. As you can see, it's literally a USB plug-in, right? That you just plug in. I think he hooks it up under the car or whatever, and then it just has this little flame effect. It's mostly supposed to be just for display purposes. You just put it kind of up on a shelf with that sticking out of the back, and it looks kind of cool. But even if it's a photography, it looks like the Batmobile's in motion. It looks like it's just about to take off. It's about to explode in terms of acceleration. And it's only $20. That's not bad, considering. I mean, the guy clearly 3D printed these pieces. That's obviously a 3D printed piece that he's plugging in over there. So these creators are taking time out of their schedule and lives to like print these things and shit. I mean, listen, I don't like outrageous prices neither. Don't get me wrong, but that's a pretty cool accessory. That looks pretty good. This is pretty much what you get. You get the little light of, I guess that little USB is the light itself that you plug in to a USB battery. I guess you have to buy that separately. And then the flame is clearly 3D printed. I like I guess that's orange 3D print or some shit, the filament. Or I don't know if that's resin or not. I'm not sure. I can't really tell. Yeah, it looks like filament. It doesn't really look like resin. But basically, yeah, that's it. Right here's the light bulb. That's pretty much what you plug into the back of the Batmobile. We'll get the closer look right here. That doesn't look bad. I kind of like that. I like that. I think I would buy that. I think I might have to save up and buy that. I see some other cool stuff here, right here. Batman turbine. I don't know if they cut that out of the Batmobile. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, actually, they put a turbine. So you can basically take this. These people are taking apart the Batmobile. Like, they're getting these people are crazy. I guess this is why they buy 5 or 6. So they can fuck around and just trial and error these motherfuckers and just see what works and what doesn't. But there you go. That's pretty much what it looks like. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know why you would do that to the Batmobile. I really don't. But I don't know if that's the real car. Is that a real car? Or is that the toy? I can't tell. I think that's the real car. Motherfucker. People are actually trying to sell their actual car turbine. That's funny. Well, you got me, pal. I did not think that was going to be the actual car. That's funny. Still pretty badass if you're looking to build a Batmobile. Buy the turbine, $95, not bad. Right here, this is where I did the freshly baked props for the Spin Master Batwing. This is the gentleman that I never gave him his credit. I'll give his credit now on this. This is basically where I got the cockpit from. I think this might be a different one. Yes, it is. No, yeah, it is because the chair is different. I got to find that one. He's somewhere around here, but it's basically the same thing. It's the same file because I found that file separately and I bought it real quick. So it's the same file. But if you're looking to customize your Spin Master Batwing, I would highly recommend coming here and getting all this cool stuff they have. They got some pretty cool stuff, the yoke and everything. All right, this is like a little, I think, side piece next to the seat. I think that's the seat itself. This is basically what it is. Yeah, that's what I got. It's basically the cockpit and shit. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Makes life easier. This is basically what it looks like with an actual G.I. Joe figure in there. It's not bad. You don't have to do much work neither. As you can see, they didn't do no work at the bottom. I cut the bottom out so I could fit the figure in, so they could sit in with the seats and everything, because I put actual racing seats in. I went all out on my Batwing. You can check that video out. I really, really proud of that. But in terms of classified vehicles, these are the ones I'm looking for on Etsy. I don't know if anybody else is, but I don't know what it is. I'm a stickler for boats. Now, I know the Fortnite boat went on sale at Ollie's for like, I think it was $15. I got as low as $15, and everybody went bananas for that fucking thing and bought like 10 of them at a time. I was only able to get one. I like it. I like the look of it. I like the aesthetic of it. I just didn't like that it had so many holes in the ship and you couldn't float it on actual water. I got a giant pool outside now. I like to attempt to film with actual water. I'm very practical. I like to use practical things like practical set, practical effects, practical lighting. I'll use the actual fireworks. So I'll do pyrotechnics. I when I do medieval stuff, I like to use actual torches. I know it's, dangerous with fire. Don't get me wrong. You got to be safe. I got a fire extinguisher and everything needed. And, I practice safe in a distance. And I make sure it's an open area where no one's going to get hurt and nothing's going to catch on fire. Like I said, I got a fire extinguisher on hand. But I like to use practical effects. I don't like to I don't like to take it into After Effects too much. And if I do, it's because I absolutely have no choice. Like if a vehicle is flying and I don't want to put my hand in the shot, I'm going to kind of CGI it as best I can. I'm no expert by any means. I know a little bit. I know how to use it. I know what to do. So I do what I can. If you watch the stop motion video I did, I kind of did it with that, and I will do that with this G.I. Joe one. I'm not always going to have my hands in the shot. That's why I kind of switched over to gloves, because I figured it would look more like a shadow. I'm trying to go with that old like stage puppetry idea. But yeah, like I kind of tend to stay away from CGI. I like more of the practical effects. So all this stuff for me, I want it to float on water. I want a boat to float on water. I want the car to actually fit the people inside of it correctly. I know a lot of people pitch that. That's another third-party vehicle. The pickup truck from New Ray that you can get at Tractor Supply on the holiday season. It's literally just they have like 3 different versions of it. One has camo, one is blue. I think one is like orange, but they're just giant like Dodge pickup trucks. They come with like hunting stuff. But they're 114. And even true 112 scale doesn't fit actual figures. They're too big. So you got to like get it correct. And if you don't get it correct, the vehicle kind of sucks. Then you got to start with the customize. You got to start cutting seats out, cutting panels out to fit them in. It's annoying. That's why I'm so happy. Like Valaverse is coming out with the Vanguard. We'll bring that up right now. Let me just bring that up. I'm happy to know that Valaverse is coming out with the Vanguard. The Vanguard might even be sold out already. I know it dropped yesterday. I think. I'm pretty sure it dropped yesterday, and I can almost guarantee you it's sold out now. Actually, no, it's not. But this is the one I want. I want the stealth one. Just an absolute badass vehicle. They outdid themselves here. I got to be honest with you. It comes with a lot of cool stuff. I think the hitch actually works. You could put guys in the back. See, and what sold me immediately, and like as soon as I saw it was this picture right here, they're all sitting in there comfortably. Like that's what I want. I want to be able to put the figures in the vehicle comfortably. So like this is definitely very high on my list. Hopefully it doesn't sell out. I want this particular one, the stealth one, the gray one. I just like the color. Don't get me wrong. I like the desert one. I think it's just the stealth and the desert version, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let's go back there. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's just this stealth and the desert version. So I want the stealth one. I just think that looks better. I have a couple of and I learned this again from Articulated Ninja. I always got to tip my cap to that guy, man. He's great. The Ninja Turtles vehicle from the 2003 cartoon. I got 2 of those. Kind of similar to this, except the doors don't open. They don't have all this cool accessories like the top with the gun or the missile launcher. But it gets the job done for now. So these are definitely high on my list. I want to get as many as I possibly can. I'm also still bent out of shape that I didn't get the Hiss tank, which I eventually will get off a third party, like Mikari or some shit like that. I'm sure somebody will eventually. I'll get my hands on one. But I'm still waiting for the helicopter. I'm definitely down on that one. I can't wait. But like I said, if you're looking for vehicles, man, it's becoming a thing now. Everybody is releasing like their own version. I guess you gotta tip your cap to Marvel, to Hasbro. I know a lot of people hate Hasbro. A lot of people got complaints about Hasbro, how they handle things, how they whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get involved in that kind of shit. I really don't care. I'm just happy I can collect G.I. Joe in 2024. I'm happy I can collect He-Man. I know He-Man's Mattel. Which Mattel, man, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting on. You need a 1/12 scale Castle Grayskull, which that is definitely going to be an episode of Freshly Baked Props this summer. It's going to be my big summer project. I know I'm all over the place. I smoked a little bit of weed before I started this episode, so I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I don't really give a shit. But I plan on doing a lot of shit this year. But yeah, we was going to start with vehicles. So I got those Ninja Turtle ones, but I definitely want these guys because you just want, like, I want more of a realistic look. The doors open. There's just so much more to this vehicle right now. I think this might be the 2024, I with the exception of the Hasbro helicopter. I always forget the names because a lot of people are happy with the Hiss tank. A lot of people. I've seen nothing but good reviews. I've seen nothing but fantastic pictures taken with it. So I'm not seeing any negativity. So like I said, I know a lot of people have problems with Hasbro. They don't like how they handle business, or they don't like, I know I see a lot of that stuff on the community channels and stuff like that, but I'm just not really, I don't follow that kind of stuff. I just follow shit like this cool stuff I can't wait to get my hands on because I love just playing with toys, man. I'm a giant kid. But that's not the only vehicles I'm talking about. Let's go back to Etsy because I want the water moccasin. I remember this as a kid. With this, the small version. I think they re-released it, recently or whatever. But this one's pretty fucking awesome. I mean, it's $230. If Hasbro came out with it, I assume, honestly, that's how much you would have to pay for it. I mean, maybe $150. So it might be $100 off, maybe $80 off. But this guy's printing it himself. He's probably painting it, putting the stickers on it. So he's doing a lot of fucking work. So, I mean, I guess the $230 is worth it, because this is all handmade shit or 3D printed shit. But this guy's using filament. Who knows how many times the print's going to fail, So who knows how his stress level when he makes these things. Listen, he might have the best 3D printer ever. But I know my 3D printer, I haven't used it in almost a year because if it's in a bad mood, it ain't going to work. And you fucked up the whole bottom of the plate. So I don't like resin printing. It's scary. It's volatile. And you don't know what you're going to get, heads or tails. So if you can come here, pay a few shekels, $230. I know it's a little steep. It's steep for me. But if it means I get a water moccasin, I think I might do it, because this just makes the collection even more badass. Because nothing was cooler when you would go to a friend's house or when you had the G.I. Joe collection yourself and you had all the vehicles and everything. Like, it just made playing with the toys so much better, And considering I'm having a blast with the play motion videos, it's only right to get the vehicles, to really extend the universe and just make it more and more deeper and more badass. And so this is definitely high on my list too. Like my taste has gotten a little expensive this year. I'm not gonna lie to you because of all the vehicles I want. And this is not the only one because we're gonna go over here to this one. And I like this for $25. The guy basically just made the big legs for Ironhide's rocket launcher thing with the little remote. That's pretty cool. $25. That's not bad. And I noticed that he's really not selling. There's a lot of him at Target. So I assume at some point they're going to have a flash sale on this guy, or he's going to wind up at Ollie's or Ross's. If he's already not. If he is, let me know in the comments below. I'll go check those stores out because he might already be there. Because I know a lot of people saying Snake Eyes and Timber are finally showing up at those places. So I'm going to have to go back and take a look and see what's going on. But if I see him, I'm always going to get him because he has a lot of cool accessories in terms of that rocket launcher and stuff. Him and Tripwire. I don't know if Tripwire was a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, but Tripwire, he had a lot of cool stuff too when I got him. Who else? What else do we got here? Let's see. There we go. These I remember from the cartoon. The small little helicopters and stuff that would always blow up, just like the Trouble Bubbles. I got 2 of those Trouble Bubbles from the Hasbro, the regular ones. Like that's another thing that I always complain about variants, but you'll see that I have a lot of the same figure or in terms of variants, so I can't double talk. I'm sorry about that. If you ever see and you say, well, this guy said he doesn't collect variants, but he got 100 fucking Wolverines, 100 He-Mans. I always collect the variants of my favorite people. So if they start coming out with Conan figures, I'm going to have every single variant. I don't buy the Super 7 ones because I just don't like the way those look. I don't like the way those articulate. I have Lion-O, and I'm just really not impressed. That's why there's a part of me that really hopes, prays that Mattel gets the license, or like Kevin Smith does a crossover with Thundercats and He-Man in his cartoon, and we get, like, they buy the license and start making Thundercat toys, because I'm shocked no one's gotten into that one yet. That surprised me. But I'm assuming something's going on. So I'm hoping somebody gets the license, because if they do like a Masterverse line with Thundercats, where you can get the Lion-O from the 80s, maybe from a comic book, and then that one from the 2005 or 6 cartoon. I kind of like that cartoon. I thought that was a pretty good cartoon, and they tried to bring it back and make it like a primetime thing on Cartoon Network, but it didn't work. It was like more like an anime style art. I thought it was good. And I thought you could have coupled that with the other He-Man from 2004, when they finally gave it good-ass lore. Like, that's my favorite version of He-Man. I know a lot of people will tell you that, too. That 2004 version of He-Man was really good. It really had a great story and really made all the characters mean more than, like, just some throwaway toy thing. Because I know, like, a lot in the 80s, it was just, let's make another figure. Let's make somebody new. So, and they would just bring all these weird characters, but at least in the 2004, like, they were the masters of the universe. Like, you had Mechaneck, you had Ram Man. They all worked together, and they were all had like cool backstories, and it all makes sense. 2004 cartoon is good. This one, Kevin Smith one's not terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. But obviously it's not without its dumb agenda shit, but I like it. It's pretty good. I like the art style. I like the music. I like the feel of it. Feels like an actual fucking an actual TV show. So I dig that cartoon. But let's get back to the vehicles. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. This is my favorite one, because I've seen this on the cartoons too, this G.I. Joe vehicle. It's $575. That's a lot of money. But it's a fucking 1/12 scale tank. Now, I have seen this. Here you go, right here. Even the water moccasin. They're cheaper if you just buy them in pieces and put it together yourself and paint it. $297. But just put it together yourself. I'm sure you can walk yourself through it. I'm sure the guy will send you a video or something, and you can figure this out. It's just like Legos or whatever, or just building the vehicle from scratch. I'm sorry I keep looking over here. This is where the screens are. It's catching my attention. My camera's here right now. But if you want to build yourself, which probably I would, I can go cheaper here because I can paint it whatever color I want. I don't mind painting. I like painting. But basically, if you really, if you just wanted to bypass all that, you just come over here, $575, and this guy has it together for you, painted, ready to go. To me, $575 is a lot for a tank, even though because you can only fit one figure in there, and they're standing out of it, So, I would, maybe $350. I think $575 is very expensive. I know he's printing it. I get it, and I know it's Etsy and it's handmade and all that other stuff. I get it. I just said it a second ago, but realistically, bro, I know bad people. I know people are buying it. I'm not saying people aren't buying it. I'm sure. I know they tell you there's only one left. It has 11 views, so mad people are looking at it. So I'm sure people who have money will buy it. But a lot of people, we want bargains, man. We want deals. So that, while awesome, is out of my price range. I'd probably go this way, $300, and just put it together myself and paint it myself. I just wouldn't give a shit because I just would go to save the buck. But I appreciate that they offer that they offer it in pieces so that if you want it, if you just want to put it together yourself and save some money, it's up there. And that's a pretty big difference from $575, $300. That's not bad. Now we'll go over to the Ramen website. They have a lot of cool stuff. I don't know if all of these things are 1/12 scale. I assume they are. And if they are, I want this mask car, this Camaro. That's awesome. If I do get the Ramen Racer, I think I want the General Lee. I know everybody's getting the black one, the black Charger. But I like the General Lee. I grew up watching Dukes of Hazzard. There's nothing wrong with me. It's a great show. I don't give a fuck what was on the car itself. I just liked the show itself. That show was awesome. But they also have cool third party stuff here, where they basically have it's an upgrade kit with the guns that you could put on the thing. That's pretty cool. That's one other thing that upset me about that McFarlane car thing, that the fucking guns didn't come out. And they got the little gas cap that they didn't put on the car. That's very true, because it's right there on the back. I don't know what they did with the canopy. I guess they gave you an upgrade. Maybe they printed one and sent it to you. I'm not sure, but that's pretty cool if you want to like upgrade your Batmobile some more. But yeah, I like this version. I like the graphite black Ramen Racer. I think that's the one Articulated Ninja reviewed, and he said it was awesome. It comes with all this stuff for Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. I like it for Blade. I see Blade right here. I like it for Punisher. Awesome. It's an awesome vehicle. I'd highly recommend it. It's very high on my list, along with all these other vehicles. $280, not that bad of a price point, if I'm being quite honest with you. Considering the water moccasin's $250, and that tank is $575. This kind of falls right in the middle. I know that if you I don't know if it still works. Articulated Ninja had a code. If you put his code in, you would get a discount on this thing. But I think you have to be a member, so I think you have to join his thing to find the code out. I don't know the code. I'm not going to tell you. But it'll knock it down some money. I think to about $250, which is very affordable. I think for this, I think would be kind of fair. So I would highly recommend this. The only reason I would get the General Lee is just because I liked the Dukes of Hazzard. I thought the Dukes of Hazzard was a great show. So that has nostalgia. Me and my dad and my brother used to watch it. So it's more like nostalgia for that. But it's great. But I gotta be honest with you. The Centurions, that's awesome. I might have to buy these. I remember these cartoons, the Centurions. My father was a big Centurions guy. He would always talk about them. So I might have to get those because of him. He told me that he had those toys. He would stick the holes, the little holes on the figure, and they would stick in and become like. I remember the blue guy became a plane, green guy became a tank, and I think the orange guy became a submarine. I think it was very cool. It was very, very cool. Are they $112? I mean, they're $99. He's right here. We're gonna look at him. I don't give a shit. That's pretty cool, right? What do you guys think? Jackson Stone. Yeah, that's pretty badass. I think I might have to get these guys. That's pretty awesome. I think I'm gonna have to. I mean, they're expensive. They're $100 a piece, so they're not cheap. But that's pretty awesome. Does anybody know how big? Does it say? I mean, it's 145, so I assume it's. Yeah, I assume it might be 112 or 110 scale. Fabric seats. Holy shit, really? Oh, fabric seat belts. I'm sorry. Wow. 14 points of articulation. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty awesome Camaro. If I'm not mistaken, that's the way the car, the wing, the doors open and it flies. It's Mask, I think is the name of the cartoon. That's pretty cool. This is a pretty cool website. Ramen Toys. Like I said, the third-party accessory and vehicle and toy thing is becoming a pretty big thing. Now it's not just Hasbro anymore. You got Valaverse, you got the Ramen, you got 5K, you got all these cool toy companies releasing great action figures and great stuff for when we were kids and when we were parents were kids, man. This is because Centurions is very old. That's a very old cartoon. But right now, let's do this. We'll go to Gridiron Studios, and I will review this because I want to wrap this up. I don't want to be here too long. It's already at 30, I think 25 to 30 minutes. So for now, we'll go over this stuff right here. I went to character loadouts right before Christmas here. I got Dukes and Spirit. And I'm going to be painfully honest. And I'm going to go through the review of this stuff. I'm going to just show you them. So I'm going to come back to the wide in a second. But this is basically Gridiron Studios. If you familiar with their stuff. I'm sure most of you guys are. I'm not uncovering anything here. This is an awesome website. Awesome website. I got the figures right here. I got Duke right here. So I'm gonna give him his loadout right here on camera, and I'm gonna review his loadout as well as Spirit. Spirit's up on the shelf. I'll do his later. But there's two cool accessories that I bought that I think should be highlighted because they're pretty awesome. But we'll start here with this. Basically, it comes in this little package. Now, I'm sorry, I got paint on me. I'm sorry, no, that's fucking grizzle from weed. Whoopsie. I'm sorry. I was cleaning my bong before I started this. But yeah, so it comes with this. It comes with a helmet too. So I've been dying to open these things. I've been dying to open them. It's pretty awesome stuff. Let me just make sure I don't have none of that crap on my finger. All right, so definitely digging the more realistic gun. I don't like that it's green, you know. But I guess you could repaint it if you want. I assume the clip does come out. That's awesome. I assume it's from these kind of parties, and it flips over, which is pretty awesome. Boom, boom. That's pretty sick. The clips that tape together, and they flip. That's pretty awesome. I don't like the solid color, the solid green. It's not bad, but I would prefer better. Just more detail paint. Definitely digging these binoculars. I'm a sucker for accessories. I'm sorry about my dirty thumb. I'm a sucker for accessories. These are pretty awesome. Even painted the lenses. I like the little rubber band string, so you can actually hang it from his neck. That's pretty awesome. They got some other really cool stuff here. I was worried about this one thing, and I see how they're basically telling you how to mount it to them, which is fine. But definitely love the handgun. Definitely digging this. I don't like the gun he comes with. I don't mind the futuristic Joe stuff, but I like more of these kinds of stuff, more realistic guns. I think this is more cool. It comes with a holster, and this is basically what I was thinking. They put double-sided tape, so you just stick it to them, which is, not bad, but, I don't want to fuck up my Joe, but I guess I got no choice, right, if I want to stick this to him. But that's how it looks, the holster. Pretty awesome. Pretty cool stuff. Then they have this, which I really like, little Rambo knife. Comes with the sheath. That's pretty awesome. And again, double-sided tape that you could stick anywhere on him. Probably find somewhere on his belt. And then the helmet. I'll open the helmet now. The helmet's pretty good. The goggles don't come off. The goggles stay where they are. Very stationary. But the helmet's pretty good. I like it. I assume it would just go right over his head and not give me a problem. It does not. Fits pretty good. So Duke's got his helmet. Now, this would be good for Tiger Force Duke. Because I don't think Tiger Force Duke came with a helmet. He might have. I don't know. I don't have him yet. I am trying to get him. But this is not bad. I like it. I like that. I like the gun. The gun is pretty good. I like Valor versus guns, but I don't know what they make them out of. They're not like this. This is like a harder, more rigid resin plastic. So it doesn't. I got this shit all over my fingers. It doesn't break. I broke Valor versus guns. I've snapped them in half by just trying to pose them in their respective figures' hands. I think it was a couple of guards, those cool looking with the big helmet, like the weird, it had like the B helmet guy. They had the cool like M16 with the rocket launcher guns. this back piece, I've snapped multiple times trying to put it in the Valaverse guy's hands. All due respect to the Valaverse guys. And listen, these figures are not without their problems too. They break and fuck up too. Like I told in the first, Lady J's legs was stuck in place. I had to heat it up in order to get it to spin freely. And Skeletor in the Masterverse, same thing. But so every figure has its issues. But Valaverse, there was a few times where I thought I was going to break the hands, trying to switch hands to put gun hands with fists. And the peg into the figure's wrist. I mean, I had to like bite it like this and pull it out. I thought I was going to rip my teeth out. That's how like stuck the hand was. And this wasn't like I'm trying to mix and match and mix hands. No, this is the hand that came with the figure. It was for him. It was for nobody else, and it fucked up, and it didn't work. And I almost, like I said, almost broke it. So be careful with some of these figures. That's why we're gonna spend money on Valaverse. You know, if you're just gonna pose, okay, you know, but I play with my figures. I do a lot of action figure photography. I'm doing a lot of play motion, stop motion. So these guys are gonna take a beating to me. That's why I want to get Tiger Force Duke, because I want a second one. But it's pretty badass. Digging the gun, digging the helmet. Let me just do that. I love the handgun. I love the binoculars. His loadout is pretty awesome. I wish they would have came with like a suppressor, but I maybe I can just make one with like a dowel stick or something. But I definitely like this. I might paint the gun myself because I just don't like it all green. I'd rather it actually look like a real weapon. The handgun looks realistic, you know, so I just, you know, but it brings me to this next one, which is Spirit. Now, I guess I have Spirit up there. This one is cool because it comes with a backpack. So Duke didn't come with a backpack, which is fine. I don't need backpacks. But this one is pretty awesome. This one came with a crossbow. Now, right out of the box, my gripe with the crossbow is, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. If you know more about crossbows, tell me. But aren't these supposed to be out? I don't know if it's supposed to look like this because it's pulling back the arrow, because you could put an arrow here. You can put an arrow on the track. I don't know. But if I'm not mistaken, this is supposed to open. When I pulled it out, I thought that was going to do that, and it didn't. Very bummed. I definitely like the detail on it. Again, they put a rubber band on it so you can hang it from your shoulder. I don't think I'm going to give this to Spirit because I like Spirit with the long-range rifle, which when I saw their long-range sniper rifles on Gridiron Studios, I'm already getting ready to buy more. But pretty cool piece. Just wish that these opened so it looked more like a crossbow. But I don't know. Maybe that's how crossbows look now. I don't know. This is the one piece I like. This is all melee weapons and a cool-ass walkie-talkie. So, start out first with machete, which is pretty awesome. A awesome hatchet, which I'm digging very much. I love the hatchets that came with barbecue. This is what I was telling you about. 2 arrows here. One can go into the crossbow, and then one goes into the backpack. This, one of the reasons why I wanted it. Came with a satellite, walkie-talkie, phone type deal. So definitely wanted this. I'm a sucker for accessories like this. I sound so dumb, but you'll get me with these things. Like, it's crazy. If the figure comes with accessories, hands, I'm buying it. Like, I love it. This is his backpack. And this basically everything over here that I just showed you goes into the backpack, which is pretty awesome. First things first, you got a set of arrows. And I think there's an opening for 1 arrow, I think. Yeah, right here. Boom. See? So there's one you can fit, and then this arrow goes into the crossbow itself. The machete goes right in here. Right there. The walkie-talkie, if I'm not mistaken, goes over here. Yep, it goes right in here. I don't know if it goes, yep, it goes this way. So, boom. So then it goes like that. And then the hatchet goes here, like this. Boom. So you literally get everything onto the backpack, and it has the peg that goes into his back. Kind of wish it had straps. If I'm being like, I don't want to be that guy, but if this had cool straps, I mean, worth every penny. It still is worth every penny. Very highly recommend this if you're looking for a cool setup. I mean, it doesn't even have to be for a Spirit. It could be for anybody. But this is pretty awesome. I'm going to keep this for Spirit, but I want to give Spirit an actual bow. Say what you will, but I love actual bows over crossbows. Just a personal preference. But that's Spirit's loadout. I see a bunch of loadouts on here that I already want. Like, I want General Hawks. I want Rock and Rolls. I want, they have just a SWAT rifleman. They have a Halo jumper. They got a couple of bikers, which is just the dreadnoughts, which I wouldn't mind getting. They got Sergeant Stalker. They got a bunch of just awesome. If you want, I'll cut over here back and we could just look at a couple real quick before I get into the real reason why I went to Gridiron Studios, because the two next ones are for my project that I've been working on. But they got some awesome stuff. They got Predator stuff. They got this desert stuff that I want. They got like the Lancer from Gears of War, which I plan on getting because I really like that. They got a Snow Job a loadout. They got a Recondo loadout, which I love. I'm definitely going to get into that right here. Recondo, I've been doing a lot of research on Recondo. He's become one of my favorite G.I. Joes. But I love the loadout that they got for him. Awesome gun. See what they did with this gun? It's got a little bit of the black and green, so it looks more realistic. Why couldn't you do that with the other one? I'll definitely dig in the fucking Terminator grenade launcher. Terminator 2 Judgment Day grenade launcher. Has a little bit more detail on his machete. It's a brown handle. The Spirits is all black. But I think he's got the same kind of backpack. If I had to complain about this backpack, the only thing I would complain about, the canteen doesn't come off. I wish that would come off. That'd be pretty cool for accessory for photography pictures. And these 3 smoke bombs don't come off. That would have been awesome. I know, you have more of a risk of losing them and stuff like that. But, man, if you can find a way to have these come off, have this come off, have everything attached still, but have everything also detachable so that people can use them, it'd be awesome to have like somebody drink out of the canteen. I know it's simple stuff, but for me, it's like that's really what captures a good picture and stuff. But yeah, come back here and I'll show you what my stuff here. First one, I'll go with the small one, because I have a gripe with this one. It's not, but it's a little computer, dude. Love the detail. The keys are actually, if I don't know, there you go. You can see all the detail on it. Even has the trackpad. Definitely like the picture that they put. Looks like something out of like a military movie, espionage and stuff like that. Really cool. I definitely like the XP. It looks like one of those like military computers. Definitely like the little Gridiron Studios logo on the front. Dig it all. My only complaint, the handle for the briefcase itself doesn't move. Can't put it in guys' hands. Come on, man. Like, that upset me. Like, I took this thing out. I was like, fuck, here we go. I'm going to put it, let's see if I can just get it into somebody's hands. And it doesn't open. Trust me, I've tried 100 different ways. Doesn't open. It's fixed to it. But I definitely love the detail on it. Love the laptop. Definitely using this in my current stop motion project. These things, I think it comes with a stand that you could slide this onto, or you could just put it on things. That's what those little holes are. Love the laptop. This is the whole reason I went to Gridiron Studios. Was this thing. Now this handle works, which is awesome. Same thing. They got their Gridiron logo on it. I love it. Love the metal. I love the how big the case is and stuff. Inside is the main event for me. Now, that is a satellite, as you can see. It looks like a bomb control panel, essentially, or a satellite control panel. But it's these things that I wanted them for. You see these canisters? They come out. Of course, they come out and they open. And they got these little green, what I guess could be bomb stuff. But what I'm using it for is the Rise of the Mutants, mutagen, like so for the Ninja Turtles. As you can see, I'm sorry, I don't know what the camera is. It's got like those little green balls in it, so it looks like a synthesized and like contained version of mutagen or whatever you want to use it for. It could be a bomb. You know, that's what this is for, I assume. But worth every penny, I will say. This one for sure is because the handle. You can put this in their hands. They can carry it. Fantastic. Love it. I'm fine. Listen, if that's the only complaint I got, that's the only complaint I got. The detail on it alone, I will buy another one of these. Because they're awesome. They're very awesome. I love this thing. But if Gridiron, if you're listening, try. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's doable. But if you can get this to open up the same way you'd have this, that would be awesome. That would be really awesome because this thing is stellar. But those are two of the main reasons because they're part of my stop motion project, play motion project. But while I was at the website, I was just like, you know what, fuck man, let me get Duke a good loadout. Let me get Spirit something cool. And I just checked this because I noticed he's got loadouts based off character. And I just found a couple of awesome stuff. And then I'm gonna go back because he's got the Gridiron Studios. In terms of G.I. Joe and Valaverse, go there. They got everything you need in terms of guns and stuff. Very, very happy with everything that's coming out. I'm very happy with all the third-party vehicles. I'm happy with all the cool diorama stuff, whether it's from Extreme Sets or I don't even know if Easy Ready Sets is still a thing. And I remember everybody, I don't know if anybody remembers that, the quick pop-up 1/12 scale set. One was like a science lab. The other was like an urban street diorama. I had both of them. I gave them away. They were just taking up space. They really weren't doing anything. And I started to learn that if you're going to do, like if you're going to do, this is a whole episode in itself, dioramas. It's going to be my next episode, but I'm going to show you 100 different ways to make dioramas. And I mean, you can buy the Extreme Set dioramas and you can buy your Ready Sets and you can buy on Etsy. They have printable stuff, but I'll just show you how to do it yourself. it's so easy. You don't really need that shit. No offense to all the creators that are doing it. You know, tip my cap to you, but just look around your house. You'll figure it out. Next episode, I'll show you. But this is all the time I have for today. Thank you guys. If I had to review, 5 stars. Love Gridiron Studios. Tell me what you think about all the vehicles coming out. Tell me if you already have some of them, if you pre-ordered some of them. If you got the Ramen Racer, tell me how you enjoy it. Like I said, I know Articulated Ninja said he loved it. But if you got it, let me talk to me about it. Let me know how it is. Because like I said, I got my eye on all those vehicles I showed you this year, and I can't wait to at least get a few of them. I'm not saying all of them, maybe 1, 2, possibly 3. But the Vanguard is high on my list. And the Water Moccasin, anything G.I. Joe mostly. Like I would like the Ramen Racer, but right now I don't need Robbie Reyes's Ghost Rider car. I don't need a Blade. I don't need Punisher. The only reason I said the General Lee is because it's orange and I can use that for crazy bad guys or something different than what everybody would use the black one for. You know, so that'd be the only reason. But they're all awesome. Like I said, if you guys got them, please talk to me about them because I want to learn more about them and I want to know more about them. But if you like this episode, please go back. The back catalog episodes are all awesome. Like I said, I just did an episode with one of my closest friends in the pro wrestling business and one of my dear friends in general, Cheyenne Ortiz. We talked about his wrestling collection. It was amazing. I plan on having more guests in the future, but a lot of it's going to be this, just me talking about my collection and what I'm buying and what I'm looking at on the internet. That's basically what this is about. You know, we're just talking figures. So until next time, guys, please like and subscribe. Come back. Enjoy all my content. I am Tony. This has been Talking Figures. Keep playing.